What's up, YouTube family? It's Picker Steve. Alright, let's get back on to that '05 Harley I picked up back in mid-January. It's now third week of March, and I've been working on it when I've had time. And on weekends, when it hasn't been too cold, I'm going to lift the garage here and show you it again. I'm going to switch you around. There she is. Like I said, I've been working on it when I can, when it's not too cold. Swapping out the front pegs because I just didn't like them. But come on the journey with me. I'll show you how I got my parts, how I fixed it up, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. Okay, I'm back on the '05 Sportster for $1,000. Alright, so story on this. The husband dumped this bike. He broke his ankle, was out of work for the better part of a year. So the bike's been dumped on this side. Let's go down here. Brake perch is loose. I've had some time to go over this bike a little more. So got a new brake perch coming. Well, actually it's here. I'm not sure. This looks like it's a little bent. Not too bad. There's one major scuff on the exhaust. The mirror's been wiped out. Broke the bolts off that. Got that in from eBay. The ignition has been highly hacked. I got that whole assembly off eBay. The oil cover had a chrome cover. That thing had 2 or 3 dents, and that's all twisted. And the oil fill cover there, wiped out. Got a new one of those chrome top. A lot of chrome on this bike. Got a new bullet lens. I don't know if you can see, that's right there. That still works. Going over the other side, it's missing. Foot peg here, not sure why. I was able to locate the matching ones on Amazon. Someone did a little bit of a custom thing here. This is just vinyl, and the tins have been painted. The handlebars have been changed. I'll have to splice in a picture here, but it said little white SLUT. Tell you what, that had to go first thing. Did come with a battery. Said it was new, but new to August ago. It did take a charge, so probably not going to spend for a new battery. There's a couple chips in the paint. One right there. There's one right there. There's one right there. But it's February, Maine, and today I'm just in a flannel and a t-shirt. So it's like 42, 43 degrees. That might not sound warm to you, but it was minus 25 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to lay my parts out on a table in here in the garage and start plugging away at this thing, hoping to ride it this spring. What else do we have to say? It's missing a bolt here. It's also missing that bolt. Got that factory OEM off eBay. This will probably just be a hardware find. But did put the battery in. Just turn it on with the key. Do have the key, and most of the lights worked. Alright, I'm gonna go get the parts, set up this table over here, and start wrenching on this thing. I'll be back. Alright, YouTube, I'm back. Alright, so there is the new oil cap. That should go there, if all goes right. I don't know what I'm going to do to get that off. Channel locks maybe, or something. Maybe we'll just peel out of there, I don't know. Alright, so we got a new ignition. Whole harness. I think it goes up behind the headlight, if I'm correct. So hopefully that's just plug and play. That'd be nice. Alright, so there is one of the side covers. It's got some scratches and stuff on it. Looks pretty good from afar. But here is the oil tank cover. It got pretty beat up. That's all twisted. We got a dent right there. It's dirty as F. Another dent there. Got this new one off eBay. So there it is. Looks really similar, right? I matched it up, so it looks pretty good to go. Here's the brake perch. So this whole thing, if you line it up, it's off an angle a little bit. I'm gonna replace it anyways. I don't know, man. This thing is wicked thick. I don't even know how you'd bend this, but I don't know how fast the guy was going when he dumped it. Couple 100 pounds of bike on top of that, maybe it would bend it. I mean, this is like 3/4 of an inch thick, solid steel. I don't know, we're gonna replace it anyways. It's brand new. And then this was Amazon stuff here. So I have to replace the other peg on the other side because it's totally missing. So we're just gonna do that. What else we got? Oh, probably gonna start with this. It's probably gonna be the easiest. So that's factory OEM Harley. Right there. I found that with my parts book. That was missing when I got the bike. So we'll be able to cinch that back together. Got new bullet lens caps. So that will, hopefully I can get this back in and put a new lens cover on it. That was totally missing. Here is, so this right here, that's for the mirror. I don't know, that's a bad angle. I got some good sunlight today, but so right here and here, that little arch piece goes right there. That was supposedly Harley OEM 2 on eBay, and then this was Amazon again. So there's the match. I was able to track that down. So that's pretty good. Look at that, nice and shiny. All right, let's get wrenching on this thing, and I'll give you some updates as I go. Thanks, guys. Okay, the parts number in the book was correct, and I got extras. So we'll just throw that in the extra parts bin, aka Amazon cardboard box. Alright, now I'm going to try for the oil cap. Okay, no, it's loose, I'm going to put those channel locks over there. I'm trying to do this left-handed. Let me switch hands here. Oh, it just wants to pull right. Oh, hey, we got oil. Alright. That's a good sign. Ooh, hey. Alright, I'm going to lay that down and go get the replacement. Alright. Alright, so new oil cap. Well, actually, I don't think it's new. I think it's actually used. It's a little dirty, but anyways. See if it fits. Alright, so it's a push down. And where does it go? Uh-oh. So I'm broken. Alright, I'll get back to you. Okay, so the old oil cap was busted. The top was busted. So here's the parts pieces. I don't know if you can see this. There was frozen water in there. So that maybe tells me this bike had been outside for a minute. And anyways, I took the base off the old one. There's a little spring in here. This is actually off the new one. I kept the base off the old one and took the... basically, I made 2 out of 1. Because this one was busted, frozen, split. Something was going on. This spring fell out. Don't know what that does. Not going to be able to get that back in. Had to use my leather person and some other projectile to... there's 2 little tabs that go in here and in here. And I thought I was going to need 2 people to do that. But I was able to do it with this in my leather person while pressing it against myself. So, cut that off. Let's go check it out. Oil cap is now on. Okay, so it pops up under pressure. I think it's good. Tugging on it. We'll see when it builds pressure, if that pops off or not. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to go to the Harley dealership and pay up. I don't know. Seems to be working for now. We'll see. Alright, on to the next thing. Okay, YouTube. That fit perfectly. Hey, how's it going? It's never gonna be this shiny again, but I guess that just sits on there. Oil fill cap done. Alright. That was too easy. I feel like that should be bolted on somehow. It just sits on there. If I'm wrong, let me know. I want to know. Alright, that's pretty. That's shiny. Let's keep going. Okay, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but... Alright, so I'm not even sure what part number this is, but I got it started. Couldn't film because I need all my hands, which I only have 2 of. Should have had like 7 of them. This would be a lot easier. But anyways, got it started. Mirrors are all out of whack. I'm gonna keep going and get this thing done. I don't know if you can see, but this is a really thick handlebar, aftermarket handlebar, and then it tapers down. It doesn't even taper. It just goes to straight thinner right here. So it clamps right onto the bike. So we're in good shape here. I'm gonna get this other one down here threaded. The bolts from eBay. They were OEM Harley fit. So good job on my research. I used my parts book that I had, and it's going well so far. So I'll come back and hit you up later. Okay, guys, I'm trying to close that gap up. I think I got it. Maybe I have to loosen that bottom one a little bit, because I think they have to be kind of like equidistant. Like, I'm gonna loosen. Oh, that's tighten. Go the other way, Steve. Go the other way. Not like that. That's not what I mean. Alright, so I'll loosen that one. Go back to the top. Try to close that gap. I don't know. Using an Allen wrench that has the asterisk bit on it. So, whoop. It's not easy to do left-handed, right-handed camera. Alright, I'll get back to you. And then we'll adjust the mirror together. Okay? Alright, bye. Okay, got updates. The sun has gone down. So it's getting really cold. All the puddles and ice that we have out here are starting to freeze up again. I got my Johnson Woolen Mills overalls on. Super duty Carhartt jacket. It's insulated. And I'm going to try to keep going on this thing a little bit. Alright, so got that on. I don't know what that bowl hole's for. I don't know. That's concerning. But I got this lens cap. That still works. When I hooked the battery up, it worked. So I got to get that in there and put a lens cover, which I have 4 of them over here, so I got extras. eBay. So, try to do that. I'll get back to you with updates. Bye. Okay, to my surprise, that just pressed in. Okay, so we got a lot done today. Cut that back on. Gonna have to tackle that at another point. Got the seat done. Got the chrome done. It looks nice. Put the gloves on so I don't smudge it. Okay, so we're looking a little better. Here we go. We're making progress. It's getting cold. Probably gonna call it a night. I'll see you on the next video clip. Okay, YouTube, it's another day. Had to bring the Cheeto van into the garage. Got about 5 inches of new snow, so I had to move the bike around. It goes and sits behind the snowmobile right there. But it's pretty nice out. It's like 30 degrees, sunny, no wind. So I figured I'd try to do a couple more things. That's what I'm going to attempt to do right now. Alright, so rear foot pegs. New, shiny. These are a match off Amazon. Somebody put those on the bike. Like I said earlier, this one's kind of missing. So I'm going to tackle that. And I'll show you the results after. Alright, so I did get those off. I don't know if you guys can see, but that is 8mm. I got this set at Walmart. And top one was pretty tight. I had to, you know, the old trick. Put that on there and give it the old fulcrum turn. I get it off. Yeah, this one's a little dirty, but it'll clean right up. I'll keep that for a spare. Alright. Time to reverse that and install. Okay, got this side installed. To figure out bracketry and alignments. So this thing was like tilted hard. And found out there's an adjuster screw in there. So you can make it level with the ground. 6mm if you're following at home. Okay, let's go do the other side. I got wicked smarter and got a bucket seat because laying on the ground last time wasn't that fun and it's cold out. It's like 30 degrees. Alright, let's put this side in. Okay, so I got this side out. Got myself into a little bit of a pickle. Top bolt came out no problem. Bottom bolt was like frozen. You got a little 8mm nubby nub in there. It just wouldn't come out, so I had to go, you know, PB blaster, heat, PB blaster, heat, and then it took these channel locks because nothing else would fit in there, and I definitely wanted to change this. I see that now it's moving. That part's ugly, and I don't know if you can see that. It's put in the sun. It's all cracked. But that was a fight. I didn't have the right tools. I needed a 8mm Allen wrench, which I don't have. Everything I got goes up to 7mm. I'm at the GF's house, so all my tools are somewhere else. But got it out. I'm going to try to get it back in. Stay tuned. Okay, so taking a little bit of time off from this project because got the weirdest sickness coming off of the Florida trip. That's another video coming up. But anyways, snot locker problems, sneezing every day, just head pressure, ear popping, all that crap. But anyways, back on the Harley Davidson project here. Anyways, got this scope from the old Harbor Freight. I think this unit was like $79.99. Phone indicator. Just some alarm just went off. Anyways, ignore that. But the story on this bike was carbs were supposedly gummed up, right? And I took a look inside this tank. There's not a drop of fuel in it, so I'm not sure what's going on. And I got the super hack job on the ignition So I got another one of those. It's chrome, so it'll look a little more prettier. And let's get this thing out and take a look and see if there's any gas in that thing. And then maybe later on, when we test the sparkles on the the lightning and the electricity, maybe we could see what's going on in the cylinder heads. You know what I mean? Alright, it's not too cold out. It's supposed to be 45 degrees 2 days from now on Saturday. So I was hoping to do some wrench-roonies on this thing and do some more diagnostics, and maybe we can actually fire this thing up. I don't know. Fingers crossed. Alright, let me bust this thing out and get it going. Okay, got the Harbor Freight scope set up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but anyways, pretty long cable, right? I got it going this way down the tank to the bottom, and I can't see any gasoline down in there. You can do a little flipperoo on there and do the side. That's a terrible shot. But anyways, I don't see any gas in there. I don't know why this carb would possibly be gummed up. Maybe these guys were mistaken and they just thought it was, and then started messing with the ignition switch here. And yeah, so I don't know. Just looking around doing diagnostics, I don't see any gas in there. I don't see any gas. So next up, let's take this tank off, right? And then we got to get underneath here. The wiring harness goes underneath there, and hopefully it's a plug and play. And goal for tonight is just get the tank off and see if we can get at that wiring harness. Okay, so update, I did get the gas tank off. Nothing broke. Everything's cool. Fuel line's good. That guy's good. There is some liquid in here. So gasoline. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but next go around I'm going to try to empty this and see what the gasoline looks like, if it's all, varnished or whatnot. But alright, making progress. Update coming soon. Okay, it's been a minute. Got wicked sick with a snot head cold for like 5-6 days, but it's okay out today. Totally gray skies, not really windy. But this was an issue when I got the bike. Hacked apart ignition. I got another one, and I'm in the process of trying to take that out. But let's go around. I did get the throttle cables labeled top and bottom, just so I don't get confused, because I don't work on this constantly. It's just when I have time. So in order to get where is it? Anyways, I got that ignition pulled out of the harness back there, but this bolt loosens up no problem. This is weird. It's like, I don't know if this thing sat outside at one point, but rain can just sit in these Allen keys and rust. Man, I don't know. Someone got a 3D printer out there. They just put caps on top of these things, so if you're out riding and you get some rain, the water just doesn't sit in there. But I got a water paper towel stuffed in there. This one's frozen, so I'm going to try to juice this with some PB Blaster and let it soak for a while, maybe like this or something. But this one's tough, so to get that harness out, I got to take this speedo out, and then down below there's another Allen key. I gotta maybe move this. It's the headlight assembly, just so I could snake that plug. Here's the new one, so that plug will not fit. It will not fit through there. So this is a bit of pain in the ass, but I'm working it, so just wanted to give you an update. That's where I'm at right now. Gas tank, I did pull the gas tank. I thought this thing was bone dry empty. I was incorrect. There was a little gas in there, and I did turn this thing upside down. And the gas that came out of it, I put it in that tub over there, was non-yellow, it was completely clear, like it was like new gas, so I didn't bother draining the rest of it. It smelled good. I don't know, didn't taste test it, but anywho, I'm gonna try to run with that, see what happens. Okay, I'll get back to you on the updates. Okay, got this ignition back on. That was a little tricky. It wasn't too fun, but anyways, what's up with this, guys? Are these things like pressed on? I see these little divots here. I don't like that, so I started following carburetor lines back towards carburetor. I haven't even taken the cover off yet. Look at this. So you got one line going where it's supposed to go, and the other one's outside. Can you see that? It's supposed to be going in there. So I had to dig into that next, I guess. It's definitely been monkeyed with. Okay, so brake perch was definitely bent on the impact of the crash. Service manual says you got to drop the whole exhaust to get at that. You don't. What you need is a little 8mm stubby and 1/4-inch wrench, really small wrench. Open end preferably, make your life a lot easier. So about 16 finger cramps later, it's off, and the force of the impact actually bent this bolt. It was coming out all wobbly. So that's going directly in the trash to make sure I never use it. But yeah, just a helpful heads up. You can do that. You can get that off. See? It's off. Alright. Okay, so bad news, YouTube family. The second bolt on that brake perch, right there, I'll move my thumb. It's snapped off in there. I'm gonna have to drop this exhaust and drill that out. And if I can't save the threads, I'm gonna have to helicoil it. So that sucks. And looks like, looking over here, there's some damage there too. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Not cool. Alright, more problems. Okay, tube, got the exhaust off. Slip covers off. Now I have access to that snapped off bolt. So next project, drill that out. Hopefully we can save the threads. Okay, picking back up where I left off, YouTube. There's that bolt that's in there. Got that kind of drilled out. Got the extractor in there. I'm going to show you. I got these Diablo drill bits. Kind of wanted to do this right. Didn't want to trust my old rusty drill bits. But these are like heat-treated drill bits. Sequential. Just wanted to make sure I was going from small to bigger to bigger to bigger drill bits. So I'm going to attempt to turn this with the world's tiniest crescent wrench. That thing's about 3 inches long. Hopefully it comes out. I'll let you know how I made out. Okay, YouTube, I got that snap bolt off that's in that brake perch assembly. It's in the frame, so it's kind of a critical moment. Anyways, after about a month of Sundays, I finally got that stupid bolt out. I didn't get a good center punch on it, so my drilling was off. One broken drill bit later, and then that's what the bolt actually looks like. So heat juice, heat juice, heat juice, heat juice. That stupid thing wouldn't come out. I put a couple little more drill bits like into the sides, and then I had to tap it out with a punch and a hammer and just like rotate it around. Yeah, that was real fun. So yeah, got it out. I'm gonna put this brake assembly back together. Also waiting on that gasket right there. I had to look the part number up. But I totally mashed it, taking it out so I could have access to this. But anyways, that's on the way. So I'm going to fix that and then move on to where the highway peg is. I got another broken bolt over there. So that should be fun. Gonna have to do it all again. Alright, I'll give you an update when I have one. Okay, YouTube, couple quick updates. So I don't know if you can see the scarring on the primary cover. I got this thing, the whole brake parts got pushed in there. Got a little bit of scarring. Hard to notice, but anyways, got this back together. Replaced this. Feel like it was bent. This one's got a little paint missing. Nothing terrible. I got rear brakes again, so that's good. Moving on to this, I ended up just taking these 2 bolts off down there, and I got this plate off, and it was bent. I could have taken it up to my dad's house. He's got a forge. He makes knives for a living, and straighten that out. But I just flipped it over, and it seemed to correct the problem. If it didn't sit right, like it's all squared up now again. If it didn't sit right, I was going to take it up there and have my dad pound it out. You know, put it in the forge for a few minutes, get it nice and hot. Hammer it out, get it all flat again, but it seems okay. So I think I'm going to roll with that. So now I'm just waiting on that little exhaust gasket down there. And I got a key issue. So when I turn on the key, I got a red key light up here on the Speedo. And then I got an oil light on. I got to figure that out. I got to go to the book to figure those out. But this thing's all back together from a crash. I don't know what I got into. Another 500 bucks in parts maybe. You know, I got to clean up, fix some missing paint issues. But overall, it's been fun. I'm having fun on it. Air cleaner's coming next week. Of course, all that stuff comes from California for whatever reason on eBay. And yeah, we're going to be moving on from there. Hopefully diagnose those other issues and give this thing a start here soon. So stick with me. I'm almost done. Thanks for watching, guys. It's going to be a minute before I have another update. Like I said, waiting on parts in the mail. You know how it is. Okay, YouTube. I got an update. Ordered this air filter off eBay. It was the cheapest one on there. Did come from California. It only took like maybe 3 or 4 days to get here to Maine, so that's pretty good. I know it's not genuine OEM Harley or whatever, but when you look at the old filter, it looks like someone took a can of sprayed glue adhesive and sprayed it and then covered it in dryer lint dog hair. So I'm going to say this one's an improvement. Also, this metal plate pops right off the old one. You can, you know, push it right back on there. It'll go in. So, alright. That's my update for now. I'm going to put the cover back on. And, yeah, we're getting there. Just waiting on that gasket down there on that exhaust pipe. Also coming from California eBay. And, we got a set of 2 coming, so I'll have a backup. But that's the update for now. Okay, guys. I'm back. I was waiting on parts. This is these exhaust gaskets. I got them from JT's Cycle off eBay. Where's that eBay? eBay. Anyways, they got them. I got them out of New York, coming to Maine, so that's what was closest. Anyways, that goes in here. I mashed the other one, and I'm gonna see if I can put this back together. I'll be back. Okay, what I'm doing here is just warming up this inlet. The exhaust won't go back together. You guys ever have that problem? I don't know, maybe there's some spreader tool to make this a little wider. I don't know if you stick a screwdriver in it. I'm just going with what I know. Little heat, make the metal expand, so maybe it'll fit with that pipe that comes off the cylinder head. I don't know if it's gonna work. We'll see. Maybe this won't even make the video. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Who knows? Alright, stay tuned. Okay, that totally worked. And didn't take that much fighting, actually. Wouldn't go together. This side was cold. It is cold as put your favorite swear word up here in Maine. So, out here in the garage, which isn't heated. Heat that side, lickety split, goes back together. Alright, there's a hint for you guys. Okay, exhaust is all back together. The clamp between here and here was busted in the accident. Just figured that one out. So I gotta come up with something for that. I gotta take this cover, the chrome cover back off and figure that one out. But for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna try to start this thing. Not gonna lie, off camera, I did find a blown fuse chip. You can see the chips there. Well, there's some more tucked way up under this frame rail. And I found a blown one there. I didn't have any rear lights, so I want to check that out. Let's turn the key on. Alright, we got some noise. I do have an engine light on. So now I got tail light. I didn't have that before, so hopefully we'll have some rear blinkies, but let me put you on the tripod and I'll get back to you, see if this thing actually starts. Alright, test fire. Gotta go kickstand up. Do have an engine oil light on, not sure what that's all about. Hey bird. Okay. Run. She's starting. I know it's getting gas because when you roll on throttle, there's gas going in the carburetor. Neutral. A little bit of a fire there. Heard something. We're getting a little better. Let's roll throttle. Close. Maybe a little less choke. No, maybe choke. Battery's dead. Alright, she's gonna fire. She's gonna fire. We're gonna charge up the battery and maybe check the sparkulators out, spark plugs, all that. Okay. Alright, thanks. Alright, do some more tune-ups. Okay, recently charged battery. Got a recently charged battery, so big time green light. Is this thing gonna run? I don't know. So I'm gonna assume the position. Kickstand up because there's a sensor on that supposedly. We're on run. Let's start. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Oh, gotta turn the key on. You're a moron. I'm a moron. Sorry. Choke's not on. thanks for watching. If you made it this far, guys, I really appreciate it. Give us, you know, like, subscribe. Come follow on the next adventure. Anyways, way you can help out the channel is I do eBay, and we got 3,500 servers, parts, owner's manuals, you name it. Heavy on the motorcycles. I'll put the links in the description below, but it's basically Steve's Picks on eBay and Northeast Bookfinder on Etsy. And if we can help you work on your project, and you know the book helped me on this one, let me know. Hit me up. Like I said, 3,500 manuals up for sale, up for grabs. Thanks again, guys. Take care.